Alafia, aho, I say namaste, and thank you for watching Shadow of Wolves, and blessings to all of you, and blessings during this time of our great solar eclipse. All of you, especially those of you who are spiritual, whether you are initiated or not, you were born with a gift. Light your candles and say your prayers and do what you have to do during this great transition. This is a great transition. Not only is there energy of the solar eclipse, going through and fighting against holy wars where there are some who fear the solar eclipse. Do know it's something that you need to embrace as long as you know you have your faith in your spirit guides. Those of you who have your faith in Orisha, those of you who have your faith in God first, Olodumare. Let's begin. Excuse my voice. Let me clear my throat. My throat is, I have not been feeling well and I've been working very hard. And I need all of you to know that this message is being passed on to you and given light to those of you who have sought light and knowledge, to those of you who have with all faith, and I thank you. You know who you are, who has come to me for a reading to decide on what you need to do with your spiritual path and so forth. Let's begin. Your head Orisha, your head Orisha, those of you who are going in to decide to make that big move in asking, who is your head Orisha? Who is the Orisha, Maferefun Orisha, that governs your head? During this time, prayers are made. This is something very, very sacred that is done face to face in ceremony. Let's begin. You can get with this or you can get with that. What is the difference? There's been so much debate about pulling the head Orisha. Let's start first and foremost with spirits. You may have beautiful blonde hair and green eyes, or you may have dark hair and beautiful black eyes. Because you have beautiful blonde hair and you love sunflowers does not mean that your guardian angel of Orisha is Ochun. The first and foremost thing that we need to cling to is our spiritual guide. First and foremost, our spirits. This is one sector of our faith that can go unnoticed, where everyone jumps in, but they forgot how to swim. Before you jump in the water, you have clams, you have crabs, you have this, you have fish, you have that, you have waves. You need to know what you're jumping into, because your spiritual faith and understanding and respecting the light of God, which who we call Olodumare, in respecting the light of Alofi, comes first. So when you are in your spiritual practice and you are working with your ancestor table, if there is not an Egun Bovara, no such thing as an Egun Bovara. I don't know where that came from, but I'm here to teach. Those of you who don't know, I send you so much love. Why? Because the innocents shall once and soon open their eyes, especially this year. The innocent shall soon be able to open their eyes and speak up, and everything will be revealed. So Egun not only represents bones, represents those different spirits that are walking with you, especially from Africa, especially from the Congo region. Egun is a different energy. Your ancestors need to be acknowledged. Your table needs to be up. Spiritual prayers need to be met. You should have 7 to 9 glasses on your table. Yes. Doing your prayers. What kind of prayers? Pray the Our Father. Pray the Hail Marys. Pray to God in your way, in your fashion that your ancestors taught you. Those spiritual vessels of your glasses also represent high spiritual points. High spiritual points, as we know that number 7 and number 9 are high spiritual numbers that will reveal certain spirits that are elevated that walk with you. So one of your ancestors guaranteed could have been that of an indigenous spirit. One of your ancestors guaranteed could be that of a nun in prayer, and so forth. So let's go into your head guardian, your head Orisha. You have already worked through and praying on top of your spiritual table. Some of you, with all blessings, have been scratched, and we're going to get into that in Palo Mayombe, Palo Monte, Vivi Congo, Viti Congo. However, you already have your initiations and your spiritual energy. Some of you have not received initiations and are going in to get crowned, but you are very, very spiritual. Some have been Buddhist. There's even some that have been pastors and popes and been ordained in certain things that know about these spiritual secrets. So how do you know who your head Orisha is? This is such a great debate, and this is something that is learned throughout time. This took careful examination throughout the years as I was crowned, almost now going on 9.5 years. It took so much to learn, as we are all still learning. Before we go on a channel or platform, we have to read and study and make sure that everything that we're saying is good. And whoever wants to debate if it's good or not, that is their problem. Your head and spiritual Orisha is very important. When I'm doing a reading, if I'm doing a reading through cards, as I would not dare touch the epaulet, as that belongs to Orunmila and to Babalaos. Now, when I'm doing a reading, and for example, the cards, I'm not going to be able to pull your head Orisha through a reading through FaceTime or Zoom, or even at this table, because I am not an Oba Oriate. An Oba Oriate has rights to pull your head Orisha. Let's get that straight. So like I said, you can get with this or you can get with that. And those of you who are not initiated and want to go ahead and start reading these books, what for? If you don't have initiation, wait for that time to happen. This is for people who are crowned, where your audience is open to receive this knowledge and practice. So in moving right along, an Oba Oriate can pull your guardian angel, but so can a Babalao of Ifa. So where is the debate? Everybody has to come together. With all blessings, there are 2 ways to pull your guardian angel. When someone has the rights and they truly are an Oba Oriate, that Oba Oriate, okay, they have to go through ceremonial rites where they have certain things are done, where they do not have any discrepancies or bias against whoever your head guardian is. They don't. Whatever comes out in what we call the dilogon, some say dilogon, some say caracol, some say cowrie shells. That is through their honor of their ceremony that they received to be able to give you the oduns that come out in that reading. Okay, in that, Bahada, which is called Bahada, a ceremony. So, as the initiate person, the person who's being initiated, they sit in front of the Oba and they are on what we call estera, the straw mat, because the straw mat is not to lie, as it represents Africa, it represents Echu, it represents Elegua, however you're taught in your Ile. So through a Bahada, this is done. Where the shells are born, the Orisha speaks. So the Oba has rights to do this in pulling your guardian angel, not someone. For example, I am crowned. As being crowned, I do not have personal rights as an Oba to pull the guardian angel. I have rights for readings and different other practices, right? Maferefuno de mata. Now, let's go over Ifa Yokobi Yokobi Ayawo Yokobi Yokobi. I love Ifa, Maferefuno Rumila. I don't care what you think about how I sing. I'm here to talk about my Fedefuni Fa. Okay? So now you have also another option. You go in front of a Babalao. There are normally this particular Babalao with his crowned Epetebi, whether she be Yemaya, or Chun, or Ya, or Batala, she is already crowned, not marked, but crowned. And she will work with that Babalao in asking, who is your head guardian? But it's not that easy. There's a whole process to that. There's a whole 3-day process to that. Not over the phone, in person. It's very, very hard work for the Babalaos, for those who are Luos, to pull your guardian angel. It's not something that's overnight. So when people are asking, oh my God, why is it so expensive? Well, hey, look, there are different rites of passage that they have to go through. And there are different people that they have to lift to work that ceremony to talk to your Ori, so Orula can pull your guardian angel. Huh? Yes. What? Huh? Yes. What? That's the way it's done. And then normally there are 3 or 4 other Babalaos or whoever of their godchildren of Ifa or godfathers or family members of Ifa, that they will also sit there as witnesses in pulling your guardian angel. I'm not going to go through the process of any of the secrets, but do know it's a long time sacrifice of 3 days. 3 days, you're there. Certain things are done. The middle day, stay away. They got this. They're doing stuff. The 3rd day, you are a witness, and you are being witnessed in front of Olorun, Olofin, Olodumare are watching. Certain things are done, and it is a long process. Now, do understand, once again, you can get with this or you can get with that. I'm not saying any which one of them are wrong, because both have the blessings of Orisha. Okay? Now, when it comes to Santeria and Lukumi, let's get into that. When our godchildren, for example, when my godchildren are coming to my Ile and they are putting on their Elekis, I do not, now this is Orula. I don't give out Orula, this is Ifa. When they are putting on their Elekis and they are being initiated as Aleos, I do not do it by myself. Okay? You cannot, this is a practice that we need to understand. I'm not going to say you. Someone who is crowned, who is putting on the beads, who is doing the Aleki ceremony, has to have someone working with them that is crowned. So, for example, you are crowned Ochun, for example, crowned, not marked. And your counterpart, the Jubon, is crowned Chango. Y'all are doing this ceremony together. However, we do respect the energy of people. I'm not going to get into that. Lukumi means my friends. There are no A-ways. In other words, there's no prohibitions in saying anything like, oh, you're white, you're black, you're Mexican or Puerto Rican, you're gay, you're straight, you're bi, you're trans. No, that is not nice. Everybody is welcome to Lukumi. Everybody is welcome to Santeria. Everyone has a right to sit there and be blessed in front of the head Orisha. In my case, they are being blessed in front of Odemata. And he is a witness. When I put those beads on with the jubon of who I choose that is crowned, we are making prayers and we are saying our mayubas, and we are talking to the Orisha who is a witness. We are making sure that the ceremony is done right. We are throwing obi. We are doing what we have to do. I see what a Chosi has to say. This is the right way. Why am I coming off like this? Because within the past week, I've really heard something that is an injustice to people who trust other people with their money and giving derecho. And when they give derecho and things are supposed to be done right, when they put that money there in front of that Orisha, when before you go in and you're going in to become an Aleo, you are going in with your 2 plates, your candles, your coconut, your derecho. It could be $21, not for the beads, to be in the house of that Ile. The Orisha watches everything, guys. everything. So with that to say, this is a blessing. If you are being adopted and you're going to another home, the same thing. You say, for example, it's Chango. You go in front of Chango with your coconut and your candles and so forth. But why am I so strong about talking about pulling the guardian angel? Because no matter what, us who are crowned, we all have to work together. See, we can't just have let's say an Oba Oriate run the whole ceremony. There has to be madrinas. There have to be people that are crowned. When it comes to being crowned in Ocha, there has to be someone who is crowned and assigned to each Orisha. Okay, that's important. Mafedefuni fa. Normally they do what we call mantanza. They do sacrifice. Okay, so we all have to work together. Not everything belongs to just one sector. We all work together with blessing. Also, too, some of you are very confused as to who your guardian angel is. Some of you, so sweetly innocent, have asked me in readings and have said to me, can you ask who my guardian? No, I can give you an idea what I see walking with you, but your guardian angel of Orisha is done through, remember this, through a bahara, through Oba Oriate with your madrina and jubon there, or your padrino and jubon or jubona, or through Ifa, okay? Or through Orumila, where there's an apete that is crowned, not someone marked, that is crowned, that is working with that particular babalao or luo, and they're asking, and there's normally witnesses in this particular beautiful Orisha faith. There are witnesses of people. There are witnesses. So do know, what do we do first? Before any ceremony, we sing to Egun. Now, I didn't say the white table, did I? I said Egun. We give homage and praise to Egun because this particular faith comes out of Africa. So do know that everything has to be respected. If you're not right with Egun and it comes out all crazy with Obi, then you gotta get yourself right before you present yourself. So some of you, what is your rush in pulling your guardian angel? What is your rush in not respecting the Aleki ceremony and going through that to know that you are being baptized and as an Aleo, and the Orisha see you and recognize you? What is your rush when you start pulling the guardian angel really, really fast? To know that you need to study those Oduns, and then you don't get crowned till 15, 20 years or whatever it is. The Orisha's waiting like, okay, I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. Some say, which I don't really agree with, they say the Orisha gets tired of waiting. That's what they say. So another Orisha would take on that Orisha. I always respect when it comes to pulling the guardian angel, and please don't get mad at me. I'm speaking my mind. Ma ferefuni fa. Ma ferefuno rumula. Okay? So that really doesn't change. That is what it is. Now, if you've gone to different houses and you've been pulling the guardian angel, I pray that you had all that money to waste your time to keep on doing bahadas, sitting there with white on, you know, sitting in front of the Oba, having all these witnesses and putting yourself through that. Why are you doing that? Some of you are fighting to have a guardian angel that does not belong to you. I've seen and heard some real sad stuff, like when somebody finds out who their guardian angel is, they start crying, oh no, it does not matter who it is. The Orishas are beautiful, and they all have power. They all have the blessing and ashe of Olodumare, Olofi, Olorun. So why does it matter who your guardian angel is? People underestimate Obatala. Obatala is so powerful, pure fire, so beautiful. Mafere fun Obatala. And blessings to those of Obatala who have passed this year and previous. Ibaye Layen Tenu. So do know that you can't fight to say, oh no, I don't think I look like this Orisha. What, you got to look like a mermaid with long blue hair for them to say, with all blessing, who is my mother, my father's Ochosi, with Yemaya? Or do you have to look like you have a beautiful light color hair to be Ochun? No, the Orisha picks you. You don't pick the Orisha. That's it. So yes, there are ways of doing this. Now, what is the beauty of this? Oba Oriates are so amazing as well. Why? Why are they so amazing? Because also most of them are scratched in palo. Okay, get it? I love y'all. Y'all, they're scratched. Obas are scratched. Most of them are scratched, so they have their pots. So if it comes out in a particular Odun that you got to get scratched, then guess what? The Oba is right there to scratch you. Not right away. Of course, he has to go to his Egun and to his muertos, and he has to go to those pots, and he has to give a reading and ask if because yes, Ifa don't really speak for Egun, right? That's what they say for Palo and vice versa. But if it comes out, especially with the Katakos, and this person, this Oba turns to you and says, you got to do more spiritual things with all blessing. If Ifa tells you, you got to do more spiritual things, you got to, work and take care of your spiritual table and so forth. But if it come out that you got to get scratched and you have to go to a tata to get scratched, do know that he will have to ask the Nganga, and he consults with the Nganga to make sure he's not going to just say, oh, okay, the Obariate, which could be himself, or a ruler said this, or it came out for you in a reading, let me just go and do this. No, he's going to respect what he asks, and he will ask. Okay? That's when you are a child of an Ngeo. You are blessed. But let's talk about it again. Your head Orisha is never pulled through tarot cards, guys. Your head Orisha is pulled face to face, and it is done through the Obariate side with the cowrie shells. As we are born with the cowrie shells, so we need to respect them. These are things that we learn over the years. We're all still learning. You see how thick this book is? There's many others, okay? We are learning. So through the Oba Oriate, he will pull your guardian angel. You are face to face. Certain things are done, and you are asked on that straw mat or Mafedefuni Fa. They will ask, and they will do certain things, and they will ask regarding who is your head Orisha. And if you don't know, so say like your head Orisha is Obanani, Nana Baruku, or Josi, okay, or Yewa. You need to respect that. You can't be like, oh, I don't know. No, get your resources. Ask your padrino, your madrina. Hey, can I have the resources to study this, please? May I please, know who my guardian angel is? I'm not saying, oh my gosh, I thought it was Chango. No, you got to respect whoever your guardian angel is. Ifa's words never hit the floor. Ifa's words never hit the floor. Ifa's words never hit the floor. So in knowing this, and you're pulling your guardian angel, do know that it has to be respected. Once again, those of you who are not even crowns or just curious about this video, do know there is spiritual progress and spiritual power within the vessel within you. You keep praying and you keep talking to your spiritual energies and your ancestors, and first the light of God. Do know that some of you don't even need to be initiated. You don't. Not everybody is meant to be in Orisha faith. Not everybody is meant to be in Palo, to be scratched as a Tata or Yayi, or to be scratched. Not everybody. Not everybody's meant to be a Sansista or a Mambo or a Hugan. It all depends on your spiritual energy. Why is it that us who are in Lukumi and Santeria, we go through a lot of us, not all, like myself, we go through rites of passage, and we respect and go through full initiations, because that's the spiritual energy that our guardian angel and our spirit guides wanted us to go in. So they often think, well, man, how do you have this? How do you have that? Well, that's the path over the past 30 years, for example, that I went through. It's not because I want to be a big shot and I'm going to be initiated in full with the 21 divisions, which I am, or Sanse or Palo, which I am. No, it was through years of whatever was told and whatever was rectified, that was done. Some of you may just hold tight to your spiritual energy, which is more than enough. Okay? So please have faith in what you have. Listen carefully to the guidelines when you are doing and you're going into your Aleki ceremony. This Aleki ceremony through Santeria and Lukumi and Santeria, when you have your madrina, padrino, you bone, has to be through two people that are crowned. Ifa does not put on elekis except for that of Ifa. It usually looks like this, or it's usually green and burgundy and reddish, okay? So in respect to that, that is from two people that are crowned. And they're going to give you love. Study your Ile first. Do investigation on your Ile. Study, watch how they tick and talk and study. But don't just go there to be disrespectful and be like, oh, I'm checking you out. Grab all the knowledge from that Ile. Because karma is something else. Karma's a bitch. Doesn't mean that us as elders that we catch karma because of this, this, and that. It's also Aleos that can catch karma, because just as much as we have to do right by you, y'all have to do right by us. So there's many, many Santeros. Some of them have passed away, Ibaye, Layentenu, who have passed. And I've watched where people have come in and just done wrong and pretend that they don't have money and doing all this crazy stuff, and then they have taken advantage of that elder. And it doesn't have to be an old person. It could just be an elder with a very beautiful heart. That's also a form of karma too. All human beings are accounted for. If you're not going to be respectful, for example, I spoke to a child of Obatala today. He's crowned Bendición. He is older than me. It doesn't mean he's my padrino. In blessings, I'm born from Ochun. In blessings to Ochun Yemi. In blessings to my Jibon Obaoki. So you say bendición to respect your elders. Why? It's not a matter of kowtowing or being, it's a matter of your ori, okay? Asking that ori, it's not the person, it's the energy of the Orisha that they were crowned with for blessing. When you see Babalao, Iboru, Iboya, Ibocheche. And Sheshe, I believe it's with an A. We say Iboru. So with blessing, it's always, when I know, oh, that's a Babalao, I go Iboru, Iboya, Ibocheche. I know it's an elder. It doesn't matter if she is, say, 10 months older than me. I am going to tell her or him, bendición. If it's an Orisha event, I'm going to throw myself and also receive their ache, because they're giving you ache. So we need to respect the ori of those that are crowned. When you become disrespectful and you like, oh, hey, what's up? Or you are someone that's a few months and you telling people santo that's older than you. No, when somebody is younger than you and they're coming in and you crown, they say bendición. You're supposed to respect them back and say santo. It is a two-way street. Okay? So that is between you and that Orisha, okay? But do know, for pulling your guardian angel, it doesn't matter if you love mermaids or you love to swim in a river and you think that you're a chun or you're maya, or you think that you're high and mighty and you're powerful and you're the god of war, that you are Ogun or Chango. It doesn't go like that. Or I look like Chango. Or it goes by who the Orisha picks and what is in your spiritual vessel, in your DNA, that runs your complete astral and astrological signs. Is very deep, that goes in through your ori. When your ori is in heaven, it stays quiet. Your shadow, which I learned in blessing, that's why I love to talk to elders, in blessings to Obatala, your ori and your spiritual vessel and your shadow is staying quiet. And then you decide whether or not what's going to happen when you come to earth, whether or not you're going to be male or female. That's why we cannot discriminate. To discriminate others with Orisha faith and with Santeria is very, very disrespectful. Doesn't matter if you're white, black, or Chinese. Lukumi means my friend. So in blessings to all of you, alafia aho, I say namaste. And thank you for watching Shadow of Wolves. Eriki yana, ireoma yana, iraiku yana, iyakofa yana. In blessing.